Hello everyone, welcome to Grade Up. Myself Nihal Naveen and I will be your tutor for the subject Geotechnical Engineering. Okay, so let's begin. Geotechnical Engineering is very important for scoring a great rank in GATE, okay, because around 10 to 12 marks are asked every year from this topic. And our main focus for preparing these videos will be towards the GATE exam, okay, though this video can also be helpful for other competitive exams like ES and other PSUs which take their own exams, okay. So GATE, as you know, it is conducted by IITs, so you just know the level of preparation that you have to do, okay. And the questions are very standard as they are created by the professors of IITs themselves, okay. So you have to just focus on the concepts first. So let's begin. Introduction to Soil Mechanics and Foundation Engineering. In this video, we are going to discuss firstly the weightage analysis of previous year GATE, and we'll also be seeing the different books which can be recommended and consulted, and we'll also see the syllabus in great detail, okay. So let's start. Just keep your senses open and do watch the full video. As I told, the weightage analysis for geotechnical engineering. In the year 2018, okay, in paper 1 it was asked for around 14 marks, okay, and in paper 2 it was asked for 15 marks. In the year 2017, around 13 marks it was asked for both the papers. In the year 2016 and 2015, you can see that around 14 to 15 marks are asked. So in general, around 14 to 15 marks out of 100. Okay, it is 14 to 50%, that is very huge percentage. It is asked from geotechnical engineering, okay. Now this geotechnical engineering is divided into two parts. First is the soil mechanics part and another is the foundation part. We'll be completing first the soil mechanics portion and then we'll move on to the foundation portion, okay. So you know that it is very important from GATE point of view. Now let's talk first about the GATE. GATE stands for, as you know, that Graduate Aptitude Test in Engineering, okay, and it's for the who have done their undergraduate, okay, and you can go for either MTech after giving this GATE from the different IITs or NITs, or you can also go for PSUs, that is public sector undertakings. They may be BHEL, SAIL, okay, or in civil generally they have like NHAI and you have IOCL, okay, HPCL, NBCC. All these are civil centered. So it is preferable if you go into the civil centered, that is NHAI or NBCC, you will be at a higher position, okay, and you will have more value because it is civil concentrated. In IOCL or HPCL generally they have more students from the mechanical branch, okay, so it is recommended, and that's why the rank for NHAI is less than 50, okay, the rank required to get into NHAI, and you also have to perform well in the interviews also, okay. So just look at some of the best books which can be consulted. The first is by Gopal Ranjan and ASR Rao, okay. The title is Basic and Applied Soil Mechanics, okay, Basic and Applied Soil Mechanics. And if you want to go into the basic theory from the beginning, you can consult this book, okay. And for GATE, I recommend that you don't study everything, okay. You don't need to study everything, just you have to focus on the main concepts, and you have to first analyze the previous year papers, how the pattern is, okay. The pattern is very important for before starting your preparation, okay. So just go through the previous year question papers and you will come to know which topic is more important, and once you see this video you will surely know that which is important, what to learn and what to leave. And the problems which you are facing, like you're not able to understand a particular concept, okay, then you can recommend these books, okay. So for better clarity, this will give you better clarity, and also has some question bank at the end so that it may be useful. Directly questions are asked from ES and GATE, okay, so you can highlight on this. The second book is by Dr. KR Arora, okay. This is also good for theoretical and conceptual clarity, and it also has question after every subject, okay, for the particular subject, so you can go through this, and it has both the foundation and the soil mechanics part. And if you want to go into detailed analysis, you can go for VNS Murthy, okay. The title is Textbook of Soil Mechanics and Foundation Engineering by VNS Murthy. and it also has many practical applications and example given in great detail. So if you're going to go for detailed analysis, then you can recommend this book or you can consult this book. Okay. Now coming to what we're going to start with, what is soil? Okay. The whole geotechnical engineering is basically concentrated on what is soil. It is actually the study of soil. So soil is an unconsolidated material. Okay. It results from disintegration due to either weathering agents like wind, water, rain, etc. So it is an unconsolidated material resulting from disintegration of rocks. And the factors may be like wind, water, as I told. Now what is soil mechanics? Soil mechanics is actually the application of mechanics and hydraulics in soil. Okay. It is that branch of civil engineering that is concerned with the application of principles of mechanics, okay, that is physics basically, and hydraulics to engineering problems related to soil. Okay. For example, before construction, you have to first analyze the soil. Before construction of any building or any dam, we have to go for the soil analysis. That if it will be able to bear the strength of, bear the weight, bear the load of the construction. Okay. So that is very important from the geotechnical point of view. Now coming to the types of weathering. Weathering may be either due to physical weathering or chemical weathering. In physical weathering, as the name suggests, it is due to physical reasons like running water, heavy wind, temperature changes, rainfall. Okay. The man has no influence on this. Okay. And the second is by chemical weathering. That is due to change in the mineral composition of rocks and minerals. Okay. So due to oxidation, it may be due to oxidation, hydration, leaching, carbonation, etc. Okay. This may lead to change in mineral composition. You have to keep in mind. Now on the basis of transporting agencies also, soils may be classified. That may be alluvial soil. Alluvial soil, they are carried by, deposited by rivers. Okay. This generally you can find in the northeastern part of the country, alluvial soil, because you have great number of rivers. So naturally the deposit is more by the rivers, so alluvial soil is formed, and it is very fertile from the fertility point of view. Okay, good for crops. Second is the lacustrine soil. The word lacustrine itself means lakes. Okay, relating to lakes. So these are deposited by lakes. The third is the marine soil. Now deposited by seawater, as we know that the water of seawater is marine. The fourth we have aeolian soil. Another common term is used for this, that is loess. Okay, these are generally deposited by wind. And the fifth is glacial soil. As you can see, the name itself, it is deposited by glaciers. Okay. So moving on, let's see first the detailed syllabus, which is very important. You have to first know the syllabus what you are going to study in the soil mechanics. Before beginning of any subject, I would recommend you to first go through the syllabus in great detail. Okay. That will give you a clear overview. We'll begin with soil properties. Okay. Here we'll be studying about different properties of soil and like the index properties, and we'll also be focusing on the different ratios, porosity and void ratio, water content of the soil. Okay. Water content, porosity, that is N, and then void ratio V. Okay. E actually is equal to volume of void by volume of solid. And then we will be discussing about index properties, okay, the grain size analysis. All this will be covered in great detail, and this is very important from the numerical point of view, because every year many questions are asked from this part. Okay, and this is actually the base. Okay, so unless you understand the basic soil properties, you won't be able to move ahead. And you will also be studying about different types of unit weight. Okay, unit weight of soil. There are basically 5 types of unit weight you will be studying in great detail. And then you will also be studying about specific gravity, that is G of soil, and different relations, density index, and so on. Okay. The next chapter will be classification of soil. Classifications of soil will basically focus on the Indian standard method, okay, IS method of soil classification. And here we will be studying about the liquid limit, the plastic limit, okay, and how to classify soil between coarse grained soil and fine grained soil on the basis of their size. Okay, we will be studying about sedimentation analysis for fine grained soil and particle size analysis or grain size analysis on coarse grained soil. Okay, and then we will classify the soil accordingly, like if it is a gravel, sand, silt, or clay, or gravelly or silty sand, silty gravel, or there are different terms. Okay, you will be studying in detail about each and every term. Our third topic will be a small chapter, that is soil structure. Here we will be studying about the soil, basic soil structure and soil clay mineralogy, actually about different types of minerals which are present in soil. Clay mineralogy, okay. We will be studying about kaolinite, illite, montmorillonite, the black cotton soil, okay, and why it has the expansive character, and these are very important, the theoretical part, okay. The next chapter will be soil compaction. This will be also very important from the GATE point of view, and here we will be focusing on the standard Proctor test and the modified Proctor test and their comparison, and we will also be seeing on the zero void line and saturation line, okay. So standard Proctor test or light Proctor test, modified test, okay, and zero void line, OMC, that is optimum moisture content. We will learn the concept of OMC, and we will also learn about the maximum dry density, that is gamma D max, both theoretical and practical values, okay. And the next topic will be stresses in soil. Now this topic is very important, okay, because further that soil consolidation in foundation also, this stress in soil is very important. Unless you understand the base, you won't be able to move ahead. So just focus on this chapter more. Here we will be studying about the concept of effective stresses and pore water pressure, and we will be studying the different cases like the change in water table, what happens to the effective stress, okay, about the total stress, about the effective stress, and how the pore water pressure is affected by water table, okay. Next we will be studying about the seepage analysis, okay, how effective stress changes with the seepage, and we will study about seepage head, critical hydraulic gradient, and so on, and about the piping failure, okay. All these concepts will be studied in seepage, and we will also be taking some cases. And in permeability part, you will be studying how the soil is permeable. You will be studying about different methods to find permeability, like the falling head test, the constant head test, and so on, the capillarity test, okay. And you will study about the field methods as well, like the Dupuyt's theory and the Thiem's theory for aquifers, okay. Our next part will be soil consolidation. In soil consolidation, you will be studying about different types of coefficient which are used, Cc, Cv, okay, coefficient of compression, then coefficient of volume compressibility, that is noted by Mv, okay, then coefficient of consolidation, and you will be studying about different types of time factor, okay, and percent of consolidation, and different factors, okay. This is also very important because questions are asked every year, be it any competitive exam, okay. Next is the shear strength of the soil. Now shear strength of the soil. Here we will be studying about different types of tests. We will be studying first on from the strength of materials point of view, like about the principal stresses, and then we will be focusing on different types of shear strength tests like the direct shear test or the triaxial test and the unconfined test, okay. We will be studying in detail the vane shear test, which is the field method. So this is also important. Now coming to the foundation engineering part, okay. The first thing that we will study here is the stress distribution. Stress distribution we will study about Bosnius equation, okay, and then we will study about Westergaard equation, and we will study the different cases of this and how they are comparable. Some objective questions are asked from this, though it is not that much important from GATE. from gate point of view. The second will be the earth pressure. Here we'll be studying about active earth pressure, passive earth pressure, and earth pressure at rest. And we'll also be studying the concept of both Coulomb and Rankine. Okay. And we'll be studying in detail about the retaining walls and the sheet piled walls. Okay. Next we'll be covering the slope stability. Here we'll be studying about the finite, infinite slopes. Okay. Finite slopes, infinite slopes. Stability number, this is also very important. Okay, and we'll see some methods to find the slope and slope stability, and we'll also calculate the factor of safety for some of these cases, if the soil is stable or not. Okay, and the most important chapter for foundation engineering will be shallow foundation. Okay, shallow foundation and deep foundation. Every year you can expect around 2 to 3 questions from these both parts, shallow foundation and deep foundation. In shallow foundation, we'll be studying about the bearing capacity, bearing pressure, and we'll also be focusing on different types of modes of failures. Okay, the general shear failure, the punching shear failure, local shear failure, and so on. And we'll also be finding some of the methods to determine the bearing capacity. We'll be studying about the Terzaghi methods. Okay, and the factors which affect the ultimate bearing capacity, the cone penetration method, and how the water table affects the bearing capacity. All these will be covered in great detail. And we'll also study about some of the settlement that is taking place in clay due to presence of foundation, or due to settlement in sand due to foundation. So you will also be studying about the settlement criteria. The next will be for deep foundation. Deep foundation you will mainly consist of wells and piles. Okay, here we will be focusing on piles mainly. You will be studying about the end bearing piles, the skin friction piles, and under reamed piles. You will be studying their concept, how they affect the soil and the structure. And you will also be studying about the group of piles and how they act combinedly. Okay, and how they are more effective. Okay, this will be for deep foundation. And finally, the last chapter will be on soil exploration. You will be studying about the different types of samplers which are used, okay, in soil exploration part, and there will be different methods of exploration also. And you will study about different types of ratios like area ratio, inside clearance ratio, outside clearance ratio. Okay, sometimes even in this year it was asked from one of the ratios in the gate. Okay, it is an objective question, so just you have to remember the formulas. So we come to the end of this syllabus. Though it is a huge syllabus, you have to keep patience and just keep faith in yourself, and it is actually a very easy subject. There is more concepts. Okay, so just focus on the videos and you will the path will be really easier for you. I guarantee you that. So we come to the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed it. In the upcoming video, we will be starting with the first chapter, that will be the properties of soil. Okay, as I've already told, we will discuss about the different types of ratios like void ratio, porosity, water content, unit weight, specific gravity, and all in detail. And we'll also concentrate on some numericals from previous year GATE and IES and other competitive exams as well. Okay, and our main focus here is not to teach you everything. Okay, here we have to just make you ready for giving your GATE exams and securing a very good rank in GATE. Okay, so we'll try to extract the maximum from minimum time that we are giving. Okay, so just do watch all the videos, and you can also practice free quizzes at Grade Up and always be a grade higher. Okay, and you can clear all your doubts. You can also download this app from Google Play and it is available. So all the best and hope to see you in the next video. Thank you.